Division. Here we go. Joe, what will set the tone early in this fight?
Well, you're going to see something like that. I was going to say it's the left kicks of Petpanmarung. And the controversy is the arm kicks, just like that. Do they score in kickboxing? Van Roosmalen says no. Muay Thai stylists will say yes.
Robin Van Roosmalen, a usual slow starter, has been known to give away the first round, sometimes two, but then he turns it on. Let's see how he does here tonight.
Yeah, he's got that slow pressure that slowly grinds you down as the fight goes on. But so does Petpanmarung. Those kicks to the arms, the body, the inside low kicks, those all add up as well. And remember, Thai fighters are used to 5-round fights, so this isn't something new for Pet.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
And it has to be fun for him fighting Muay Thai for so many years, and giving him a new look and a new challenge with his improved boxing is probably something fun for him.
In his last fight, it was a close, controversial decision that Van Roosmalen beat Petpanmarung. And Petch went to the drawing board and said, listen, I can't fight going backwards anymore. I've got to fight going forwards, and he's done it every fight since. Can he afford to do it tonight, though?
Well, it's going to be really hard against Van Roosmalen because you see that high guard defense, and he's very durable. Probably one of the most durable fighters in Glory. He can take a lot of punishment off of his defense, on his body. He'll take one to give two.
What about take two to give one, Joe?
There you go.
There's that high kick. Blocked nicely, though, by Van Roosmalen.
But Pet keeps coming back, countering, trying to stay busy.
Adrian Sheed told us, that's the trainer for Petch, he's in the best shape of his life. We hear trainers say that all the time, but he said, listen, guys, I'm telling you right now, he is in incredible condition.
Yeah, they did a lot of focus on his strength and conditioning, so he says his left kick is just getting more and more powerful.
Just ask Zakaria Zugari or Esbiri what that head kick feels like.
Those high kicks were set up with level changes of the left kick, so that's why you're seeing Pet go inside leg, back leg, and body. So changing levels with the left kick will help that high kick finish if you can find it.
Already a welt on the rib cage of Van Roosmalen
as he continues to walk forward and pressure.
Good round for the Thai fighter who landed 30 strikes compared to 12 for the Dutch fighter. There's Robin Van Roosmalen, the first Glory fighter ever to hold titles in multiple divisions. He did that in lightweight and in featherweight. And this is his 20th career Glory bout, most ever.
And we've even heard him in interviews saying maybe welterweight one day. We'll see. His opponent from Thailand, the professor, Petpanmarung Kiatmukau. And Petpanmarung is the name, Kiatmukau is the gym he represents. That's how they do it in Thailand. He's 23 years old and 7-1 in Glory, and he just keeps getting better and better. So a good win from here. We can see a dominant champion like we've seen in the other divisions like Sinachai, Rico Verhoeven, Artem Vakhitov. That's what Petpanmarung's gunning for.
Round 2 scheduled for 5, and all 5 judges give it to Petch.
You can see those inside low kicks for Pet going over and over again. He'll go left kick to the body, inside low kick.
A lot of Thai fighters have trouble defending with their hands in boxing. How do you think Petch is doing?
Yeah, Petch does it by closing range. He's not just going to stand in head-to-head range. That's where it's dangerous there, where he can get caught. So you see, like I mentioned, he closes distance right away, and that shuts down Van Roosmalen's boxing. Stay long or stay in. Don't stay in mid-range boxing. That's the Thai style.
As expected, Van Roosmalen losing round 1. But he never gets deterred, never slows down, just keeps sticking to his game plan, and it always seems to work out for him.
Yeah, but what Penmarung's doing is he's staying busy off of Van Roosmalen's guard, and by continually kicking and punching the arm, it's harder for Van Roosmalen to open up.
Does it seem a little weird to you? Of course, Van Roosmalen puts on a lot more weight. He's the bigger guy in there right now, but Petch seems to be muscling him around a little bit.
Yeah, it's just that activity and his power and his kicks and his ability to control and manage range.
Even those push kicks like that one, and when they get close together, Petch just shoving him away.
Van Roosmalen, in order to steal these rounds, needs to put more combinations together. He's walking, he's defending well, but he's also not putting as much output.
I asked Van Roosmalen how concerned he was about taking one of those high kicks. He said, I'm not at all, because I always keep my glove up. He can hit me in the body if he wants, but he's not going to get me in the head.
And that canvas has to be slippery, because every time you see Van Roosmalen take a push kick, his feet slide like he's on skates. Try to watch his feet when those push kicks come. You can see that little slip and slide.
First knee we've seen, I think.
Yeah, good style for Pet is long kicks on the outside, and as Van Roosmalen comes in to counter, he mixes his knees.
Nice uppercut landed there for Van Roosmalen. 30 seconds to go here in round 2. Yeah, there's that slipping we're talking about, Joe.
Yeah, even Pet slipped there trying to counter.
Wearing those ankle supporters, would that help you with that cloth underneath your foot?
In my opinion, it'll probably make your feet more slippery, especially as it gets wet. But if you got some dry feet, if you're not moisturizing them, that'll really make your feet extra slippery. So you'll see a lot of fighters spill water on the canvas and get their feet wet in between each round.
Interesting. So the more moisturized your feet are, the less slippery?
The less slippery you get, yeah, because the canvas is really dry. So a lot of fighters, even in training, they just dump some water on the floor, or they have a wet towel near the ring where they just put their feet on to get that extra grip.
Stay up to date on all things Glory Kickboxing. Subscribe now to the all-new Glory calendar at glorykickboxing.com/remindme. You'll get alerts for all live events, promos, digital content, and more. Don't miss a thing. If you're a true fan, you go there. That's called a hard sell, Joe.
Yeah, I've subscribed.
And it's free, of course. I didn't even know I was working tonight till I got the update sent to me. Round 3, scheduled for 5 here. Petch Panmarung in the white gloves, Van Roosmalen in the white. We'll see the official scores here momentarily. It seemed like it was another good round for Petch, and it was. He sweeps the scorecards. He's up 20-18, Joe, so if there aren't any knockdowns, Van Roosmalen has to win the next 3.
Yeah, absolutely, but he's waiting too long. He needs to start opening up. That activity of Pet Panmarung has just been incredible. He's constantly throwing, mixing round kicks, front kicks, and knees.
And Petch Panmarung has thrown twice as many strikes as Van Roosmalen. That's how you keep pressure away from him. You just keep hitting the guy.
Yeah, keep that volume. Good offense is good defense.
No panic, though, in Van Roosmalen, who's lost the first 2 rounds of mini fights.
Look at those body kick counts. 21 landed to 1 of Van Roosmalen. Van Roosmalen really not known for body kicks because he's a short, compact fighter. More for his low kicks, if anything. Hard punches on the inside and low kicks.
Another good body shot there for Petch.
He keeps going back to that inside low kick.
Level changed. Does Robin look the same as he normally does, Joe?
Well, I just think Pet's fighting a good fight. I mean, staying active, shutting down the counter fighting.
Great, step back.
Well, Van Roosmalen admitted
that good.
Yeah, Van Roosmalen admitted to us in the fighter interviews. He said, "I'd prefer not to fight the Thai guys. I don't like their style. I don't think it makes for great fights, but I'll do it."
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
Great.
Van Roosmalen has fought Sidichai 2 times, and now this is the second time he's fighting Pet Panmarung. So it's a very frustrating style for pressure fighters because Thais like to tie you up a lot and really kick off the guard. So it's a tough style matchup for pressure fighters.
Hasn't been a lot of clinching in this fight so far. There's a right hand that lands for Van Roosmalen, his best strike of the fight.
Van Roosmalen trying to use that inside boxing work.
Here's your total strikes thrown and landed. A distinct edge for Kiat Mukau. Oh, blocked well there by Van Roosmalen.
There's that level change. Pet's now going for the head kick.
Certainly a better round here for Van Roosmalen. He's got to win it.
There's that Pet not showing his experience because he's not throwing things with power. He's just occupying the space, keeping Van Roosmalen's guard pinned to his head.
And do you notice how Pet Panmarong sticks his arm straight out just to make sure that he's not warned or deducted a point for holding?
Yeah, he's been deducted points in the past many times for clinching, so that's that involvement. I mean, you got to think with 200 fights, he's clinched in all of them, so it's still new to him, the kickboxing rules.
Boy, so quick with that kick. It's a low kick right to a body kick in about a half second.
Yeah, Kai's got some of the best kicks in fighting.
Every seat has been sold tonight. Although we did give some tickets to our champions. How about Arut Grigorian getting a free pass tonight? He'll be fighting Cedric Doumbé next month.
Yeah, there's Tavares, just recently signed to Glory. He fought back in the Glory early days at Glory 9.
And there's the women's super bantamweight champion, Jenny Menezes. She'll be defending her title against the woman she controversially beat. That'll be happening in New York. There's Artem Bahitov, light heavyweight champion of the world. The Wilness brothers.
Yes, packed house.
Menezes will be fighting Anissa Mexen. And there's Doumbé, Cedric Doumbé.
Always stylish with his glasses and his outfits.
He says he's going to chop down Grigorian next month in Lyon. Here we go, round 4. These are the championship rounds.
There's some urgency from Van Roosmalen. You hear his corner yelling, "Let's work."
Break. Step back.
Van Roosmalen still trying to find his rhythm. Get his timing down here. It's been awkward so far for him.
Break. Step back. Be careful.
We'll see the judges' scorecards in a minute. What a pivotal round 3 that was.
I do like when Van Roosmalen counters the left kick with his right inside low kick. I know he's been heavily relying on punches versus the kicks, but I think countering with his kicks can be a better strategy.
And we've got a cut now. Looks on the forehead of Van Roosmalen. Good combination there for Van Roosmalen.
Definitely better. They landed a nice stiff jab as well. Pet can't get carried away. He needs to stick to his game plan. He doesn't want to sit in head-to-head and fight Van Roosmalen in a boxing fight. Stay long. Use your kicks. But maybe the pressure of Van Roosmalen is starting to pay.
Right now, Pet Panmarong with his hands down. Do not want to do that against Van Roosmalen.
Van Roosmalen's dad in the corner.
Van Roosmalen's dad actually beat Vladimir Klitschko in a kickboxing fight many moons ago.
Break. Step back.
An experienced kickboxing family.
Van Roosmalen from the south of the country, Den Bosch.
Break.
Said he actually fought in this arena one time, a B-class fight when he was 17 years old. This is his second fight in the arena.
And co-main eventing as well.
He has never been knocked out.
Break.
47 professional fights, never stopped.
Yeah, definitely super durable. He's really hard to hurt. You know, a lot of people come in with all these tricky game plans, but that pressure tends to break most guys down.
Another body kick there from the very busy Pet Panmarong.
Break.
We're having an issue with our graphics right now, but I can tell you the judges all gave it to Pet Panmarong. Round 3, 5 judges. Therefore, Van Roosmalen needs a knockdown here, or he will lose this fight.
Yeah, he needs a little bit more urgency, and we're seeing it in this round. Is Pet slowing down, or is Robin picking up? A little bit of both.
Time.
Round 4, just 1 to go. Desperation time now in the corner for Van Roosmalen. What do you tell him, Joe?
Well, he just has to put more output out. He can't just sit there and wait. He needs to beat first, get the counter, and then counter back right away. Right now, he's waiting for the right opportunity to go in. He can't wait anymore.
But Joe, he can't just win the round. He's got to knock him out.
Yeah, he's still got it. It has to come with volume, though. He can't just sit there and rely on a single strike to hit someone so experienced with their distance like Pet Penmarone. So he's got to beat first, defend the counter, then counter the counter. He's got to put more volume out there.
There's the lovely Alyssa letting us know this will be the 5th and final round. Here we go, 3 minutes left. Van Roosmalen, one of the best fighters Glory has ever seen, needs one of the best finishes we've ever seen from him.
Yeah, this is his 20th fight, so he's got to push. Looks like a sweep for Kiat Mukau.
A dominating performance by Pet Penmarone. Look at those scores. It's not even close, Joe.
No, I mean, he really wanted to put a stamp on it. The first fight was way too close. It was a split decision win for Van Roosmalen, and he just improved so much. And he promised he was going to come forward more, be more active, and he did just that.
Total kicks landed 82-29.
And he was especially worried being in Holland that the judges would value that pressure fighting in the Dutch style. So he really put on a game plan that really showed, his worth in kickboxing rules.
So if you know you're ahead like Kiat Mukau is, 4 rounds to none, what's your strategy here for the next 2 minutes?
Well, just to continue to control distance. Stay long or stay inside. Don't take any risks on the head-to-head range. Stay long or stay in, just like that. Make Van Roosmalen come to you.
There's a large television audience right now in Thailand cheering on Pet Penmarone, who grew up dirt poor in the Burnham province. Fought basically to feed his family. His older siblings, his parents, became a champion as a teenager in that country, decided to expand his horizons, change his game, become a kickboxer, and he has mastered his craft already, Joe, through 9 fights, and could very well tonight become the new featherweight champion of the world.
And it's so impressive to be only 23 years old to do it. This has to put him as our youngest champion.
Van Roosmalen, though, still in this fight. Landed that right hand on the inside. Just over 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, he looked for a right hook, right uppercut there.
With a win tonight, Petch would become our 2nd Thai champion currently. We have 2 Brazilian champions with a chance to have a 3rd tonight in our heavyweight championship match. Truly a global sport is Glory Kickboxing. 10 seconds to go, and it looks like we won't really have a last stand for Robin Van Roosmalen. A master class, a changing of the guard for Pet Penmarone, Kiat Mukau.
Pet Penmarone, definitely one of his most impressive performances that we've seen from him. And he just keeps getting better, and at such a young age. The future is so bright for him, so we're going to see how long he can remain this champion, because there's going to be very few who can handle those left kicks from that southpaw.
We'll make it official. The decision from Amsterdam when we return to Glory 59.
We welcome you back, and let's take a look at some of these highlights from this fight. And a lot of the highlights are going to come from Pet Penmarone, Kiat Mukau, who really used that southpaw Muay Thai base to really use a lot of left kicks and a lot of good activity. We saw him come, use his boxing, get some good knees and kicks on the inside. Van Roosmalen was pressuring, but just really couldn't get his offense going. He was pushing, but Kiat Mukau is just so good with that range and distance control where he stays long, blasts that left kick, blasts those front kicks, and on the inside, he really ties you up and mixes his knees in. So very impressive fight for Pet Panamorong, and he promised to keep coming forward. So I wonder what Van Roosmalen was thinking in this fight. You know, as the rounds went on, he started really headhunting, but really didn't get those low kicks going as I expected. But as you see here, it was the punches of Van Roosmalen versus the kicks of Pet Panamorong, and that activity of Pet Panamorong says it all. 133 landed to the 102 of Van Roosmalen. Strikes by zone, Van Roosmalen really headhunting, but the body kicks and the leg kicks from Pet Panamorong kept scoring over and over throughout the fight. Looking at our strikes by round, it was a big sweep for Pet Panamorong, who his big strategy was being busy and staying busy off the guard of Van Roosmalen, and it paid off. Now we're in the ring with Tim Hughes for our decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here now are the totals. All 5 of our ringside judges see them out and score them out the same 50-45, a unanimous decision, all for your winner and new